Huh?
We're recording this forever.
Oh no!
Yeah. Tell us a joke. Can you sing a song?
I used to be able to sing, but now
I'm sure you can. No, I'm sure you can.
I was in the chorus one time and I enjoyed singing, but I can't do it.
Anything from your favorite rapper?
No.
Okay.
What's that? My favorite is Lawrence Welk.
That's right, I'd forgotten.
More bubbles, please.
Does it whistle at you like pop
I'm
up?
not with CNN.
Does it whistle at you like pop
yeah.
up?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It does whistle.
Definitely.
It's not as long,
Definitely.
I remember when pop up, you're like, you're whistling, and you're chasing around.
It never bothered him. He put it on in the morning and said it, and that was the way it was all day, no matter what the situation.
Yep. Him sitting in a chair.
Yeah, he can sleep through it.
And the time he wore them in the shower, and that ruins them. And the time he dropped them down the toilet.
That's good. That's good. I just remember Grandad always saying, "Eh?" And you're saying, "Don't ham me."
I used to chide him about it, and then so the next day he said, "Excuse me?" And now I'm doing the same thing. I don't know any family that enjoys playing solitaire, and I don't know what you call it when that many people play.
I call it competitive solitaire. I think it's competitive solitaire.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
definitely.
It needs to be solitaire.
Yeah, solitaire.
Well, my mother
Solitaire.
was a Methodist, and they didn't believe in playing cards or dancing.
Okay.
But on Sunday nights,
Yeah.
we had an old dining room table that you could extend, and we get 10 or 12 around. And tell me about a fast game.
Yeah.
Lots of broken fingernails.
Yeah.
Broken fingernails.
Wait, but they don't believe in cards, but she would play cards.
You gotta have a medic on
Cards,
staff.
but she would play cards.
Yeah. My dad never played, but mother, that was one thing. And when your grandpa was courting, dating me, they draw him into the game too. And so that sometimes there were 10 or 12 of us around the table. You can imagine how fast that was.
Yeah.
My dad says that you have to have grow blood in you to play, otherwise it just won't work.
It doesn't work. You're not competitive enough, interested, something. Yeah.
Well, my mother's family played pinochle, and every time her brother or sisters came to visit, they get around the same table and they play pinochle. And one time I got into it. Man, I took a beating because they played serious, and if you reneged, they let you know it.
Wow.
It's great game night, and we often play Scrabble because Rodney was having trouble with his spelling, so we play Scrabble. And darn if Rodney wouldn't beat us every time because he'd come up with these darn names, and we'd check and see whether it was a real name, a word. It was in the dictionary. But every Friday night was game night.
You ever hear that game of Words with Friends?
What is it?
Words with Friends. It's like a Scrabble game you can play on your phones, basically. Or you can play it like multiple players, and that's basically what I do. Is I draw up like, basic like common like setups for words. Right. Eventually I'll catch one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to just
I
like
have to
put
go
random
look it up
letters
after.
in a word and see if it's a word. Like there's all kinds of things to words.
Yeah, now you can play Scrabble on your phone against other people who aren't even there, just like on their phone.
Interesting.
I know. If you can't hit them, what fun is it?
We used to play, what's the big,
Monopoly. Monopoly.
yeah,
Mostly
Monopoly.
Monopoly's famous for food.
And we used to play that, and Rodney would always be winning at that too. And he used to get Susie so mad. Oh, she used to get so mad she'd cry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
But that was another game we played.
Mom taught me how to play that game.
Really?
So yeah.
Well, I was always amazed at how many families didn't do play games and read to them, you know? And to me, that was important. We always read to our kids and we always played games. But there's a lot of families that don't have participation like that.
Yeah.
And we never watched that much television. We were late, one of the last families to get television. It didn't bother us. But Terry likes to remind me that come 8 o'clock, no matter what they were watching, they had to go to bed. he said in the middle of what was one of the favorite with Tonto and the Lone Ranger. Yeah. He said no matter what, we had to go to bed.
You know what's funny about that is that he wouldn't let us get a TV until I was a freshman in high school. We didn't even have a TV in the house.
Right.
Oh, wow.
And he was the one who was wanting to watch Tonto and the Lone Ranger, and you cut him off. And then he turned it all around on us.
Well, I asked Glenn one time what kind of a parent I was. He said, he thought a while and then he said, well, you were strict. And I said, it didn't hurt you, did it, Glenn? I said, look, I think I'm happy the way you turned out. And he agreed. But I was strict. You know, there were certain rules. And bedtime was one time. I thought after 8 o'clock was my husband and my time.
Yeah.
That's when the ice cream comes out.
Yeah.
The ice cream comes
Oh, yeah. Well, that was his life. Well, once he started making that was his life. And he couldn't. I'm so critical of other brands because they don't compare. And he taught me what was wrong, why they weren't as good.
So you guys made your own ice
I
cream?
remember how much joy it gave him to go and like pull the soft serve like for us to eat. It made him so happy.
Well, for our freezer down in the basement, we had a 4-hole ice cream. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the freezers, yeah.
And that was our freezer. Half the time it was full of ice. When the kids came to visit, they were happy because they could choose whatever ice cream they wanted.
But you made them pay for it, didn't you?
And he was the one that started, I don't know if you know what they call them, what do they call those little cups?
What's that parfait?
Parfait. No. Well, they used them to serve at banquets because they were in individual things and they didn't have to dip it. And he's the one that started that. And it became very popular. I forget what they call them.
I don't know.
Like
Well,
something like this?
he went to Penn State and took a course on how to make ice cream, and he graduated. He graduated in top of his class. Years later, I found a $50 bond that he had gotten as a prize. I didn't know it. I'd forgotten it. Yeah, he loved his ice cream, and so did we all.
So did we all. That's a family thing.
And I guess that's not healthy these days. You know, that's a lot of.
Yeah, anything in moderation.
What are you talking about?
I'm not.
You look great. You look great.
I'm not worried about it.
Obviously, the ice cream was not hurting you. You're doing great. I think everything in moderation. You can have anything you want.
And I drink milk, and I use real butter. I all know this, but
Now, you either want to be married to the ice cream guy, the gravy guy, or the bacon guy.
Or the cheesecake guy.
Yeah.
There you go. A couple more cheesecakes. I had one. Thank you.
just what
I had one.